My name is Rick Bush, and I'm your student's technology teacher this semester. I've been in the teaching profession for 18 years. I've been a certified teacher for 15 years, and I've taught in 3 states. I started my career in Constantine, Michigan. My wife and I moved to Madison, Wisconsin, where we lived for 6 years. Then we moved to Beaverton, Oregon with our family, and I've been here for another 6 years. My wife, daughter, and I live in Hillsboro with our dog, Edie. She's a Chiweenie. I love to bike, and I'm a huge Michigan fan. I was in the Michigan marching band for my first 2 years there, and it was a really great time. But enough about me. Let's talk about this year. My friend and colleague, Sean Patrick Higgins, has a saying about what he wants his students to get out of his class. I like it a lot, so I'm going to steal it here. In his words, he wants his students to be able to make their projects look good, sound good, work good, and most importantly, share them with the people that matter the most. I think it's not enough to know how to read or write code. Instead, it's important to know how to express yourself and your ideas and create with the help of code. Through this lens, we're going to explore creative computational thinking, designing a solution to a problem in such a way that a computer or code can be used to solve that problem. So what I'm hoping students get out of this semester is that they feel empowered to be able to get their best ideas across with code and design to other people in a way that other people want to hear what students have to say. We're going to use 4 platforms to get that done: Scratch, the Google Suite, WeVideo, and Tinkercad. Just like last year, if students have another platform that they want to explore using or another coding language, I'm fine with that. If your student's interested in that, we can work something out. So next, let's talk about the day-to-day workings of class. First of all, I think it's important to acknowledge that this is hard. Like I said before, I'm a parent. My wife is also a working parent, so my family's going through this too. I want to make it as easy as possible for your students to be successful. I also want to make it easy for me to help support your students. This is how we're going to make that work. This is our Canvas page. By now, your students know where to find the Zoom link for the day. It's right here in the middle. It's important that they get it from here because the link may change, and I may have to do that without notifying everybody. So every day, your student should come to this page and click the link for their class. You'll also notice that there are ways to contact it listed on the left here. I've also listed office hours here too, where students can get live help. I'm always available via the Canvas inbox or email. But take note, the dates and times for these live office hours may change, but the link is always how the students will be able to get help from me at the listed time. So every class period, students will click the link in the middle to get to class. While students are waiting, what they need to do is click on the calendar and then click on the daily agenda. In the agenda, they're going to see what we're going to cover for the day, the video for the day, which they should also watch while they're waiting to get into the Zoom session. And in case of a Zoom crash, I'll record the lesson and post it down here. So if your Zoom is glitching or your internet connection's unstable, I totally understand that you may need to exit the Zoom session and then watch this video. What I really want to do is make sure that you can get to the learning that you needed to get done to be successful in this class. The work for this class is organized in modules, and I'll always link that on the daily agenda. It's also on the left side of the page in the navigation list. The first page is always going to be an overview of the learning that's happening inside the module. There will usually be a video that you can watch and rewatch as many times as you need. You can click the next button at the bottom to keep going through the module. And again, there'll be learnings and a list of what you're supposed to do and a video that you can watch and rewatch. Inside each module, there'll be 1 or 2 assignments where students will be able to turn in their work. Inside each assignment, you'll find a couple of things that are going to help your student be successful. First off, there's going to be directions for turning in the work. Sometimes there'll also be a video that shows an example of exactly how your student needs to turn in the work. If your student is having a hard time turning in the work, it's probably because they're having a hard time following the directions, how to exactly turn in their work. What they need to do is follow the steps in the assignment and they'll be able to turn it in. Because I have so many students, it's really important that all work is turned into Canvas. I know sometimes that students try to turn in their work via email or sharing a Google Doc, but in order to make it easy for me to be able to grade so many students' work, the work needs to be turned into Canvas. And believe me, I really want to help your student be successful in turning in the work. And I'll do whatever I can to try to make that possible. If your student is up late trying to turn in an assignment before they go to bed, feel free to just put it off until the morning. It's not worth losing sleep over turning in a late assignment. What I want to do is make it easy for you to know what your student has to turn in, to find out how they did, and to ask me questions if you have any. Canvas is a great tool for that. Last but not least, your student can find how they did on each assignment by clicking on the Grades tab on the left side. If you want to find out how your student did on a particular assignment, those grades will be in Canvas for this course. Periodically, I will upload a score for each of the standards that we've covered to Parent View. But the best place to find out how your student is doing in this course will be in Canvas. Every student has as many chances as they need to get a perfect score on every single assignment. If your student doesn't get a perfect score on the assignment, I always leave feedback on how they can redo their work and resubmit to get a better grade. The first way I do that is leaving comments on the assignment. You can find those in the Grades tab by clicking on the little comment icon. Next, I always give a score that's based on the rubric from that assignment. Every assignment I give in Canvas has a rubric. It's at the bottom of the page in the colorful table. The details are in the rubric on everything that your student needs to do in order to get the best grade possible. Last but not least, sometimes I will leave feedback written on the assignment. This is how you can find that. First, click on the assignment title. And then if I've written feedback, the words view feedback will appear on the right side of the screen. Click that. And then scroll down to see what I've written. Every time I leave feedback, I also leave this comment right here. If you forget how to find this feedback, I've linked this video. Just watch the video and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. When students resubmit their assignment, they can leave a comment and then they can resubmit an improved file so they can get the best grade possible. Every student can resubmit each assignment as many times as they need to get the best grade that they can. The last day to turn in work for semester 1 is January 20th. For semester 2, it's June 9th. If you forget those days, it's on the syllabus page. Scroll down, and those dates are right here. Last but not least, I want to point out that Canvas has a great app that's going to help you help your student stay on top of their work and to be able to turn it in on time and to keep track of how well they did. Every time a parent creates an account via Parent View in our district, what happens is that we have a program that also creates an account for you in Canvas. The only thing you need to do is reset that password. What you need to do is go to the Canvas page on the Beaverton School District website, click on Parent Guardian, and then if you haven't already, just click Forgot Password. Go through the steps, it'll send you an email, and then you can create and reset that password for the account that's been created for you. Once you've logged in, there's a couple of things that I want to point out. First, on the Alerts tab, you'll see all of the assignments that your student is missing, as well as the different scores that they've gotten for their assignments. When you click on an assignment, you'll be able to see a couple of things. First, you can set reminders on when the assignment is turned in, and you'll also see a place where you can message me as well. This is really important. The best place to message me is in the Canvas app under the Canvas inbox. What it does is it sends me an email, but the important thing for me is that it puts which class your student is in so that I can best find their records and best respond to the question that you have. Thanks for watching. I think it's a real privilege to be able to teach your student this year and help them learn about technology. I know this isn't exactly the way that we want to be able to do this, but if we work together, we're going to be able to get through this. Please know that when things get tough this year, I want to do whatever I can to help your student. As long as they're trying to keep on top of their work and doing their best, that's all I really can ask. Thank you for your help ahead of time, and go Jags.